All right, I think we can clear some of those trees with this. Is that
The Texas Chainsaw? One and the same.
Hey, whatever happened to the whole possession thing anyway?
I don't know. Forgotten plotline, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come up again.
Welcome back to another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a slasher podcast, where each week we pick a movie and talk about it in a mostly unfiltered fireside ramble. I'm Dan.
Welcome into another Travis episode. I don't know what I'm doing here.
I'm Sam.
I tried to rally your voice.
I'm canceled.
And Frank is canceled.
Frank canceled Bennington.
Before we get into the movie we watched this week, let's get into what we did this week. It's time for another rowdy catch-up.
It's that time of week again.
Yes, where every
that
week
time of the
we get
month.
together and we gather and we catch up our rowdiness.
And we are surprised that people actually make it past and listen to the episode. They're not sick of me and us and
we don't
mainly
know that
you.
they do,
Travis, I've
We
got
have
or
bad
maybe
news
no
for
people,
you.
or maybe people just fast forward.
Travis,
me
I
talking.
need to talk to you over here and show you some analytics for a second.
I'm just joking. I said they skip me when I'm talking. They skip over.
Hang on one
Yeah.
second.
So do we.
Rowdy catch-up.
Oh my
A
god.
rowdy catch-up. No?
But no, in all
Are
fairness,
we over that?
Yeah, it's done.
it's
Do you have a new thing?
It's old news.
hey,
Green Acres is the place
Frank,
to be.
Frank, yeah,
Farm living is the life for me.
The way you do that.
Frank,
farm.
it got weird.
Okay. Well, Mr. Douglas.
I don't know what that is.
I felt like
I'm
I
doing
was-
Green Acre characters.
I felt like I was at the studio tour.
You have to have your your
Darling, my
Hungarian.
pancakes don't take the syrup anymore.
Well, I remember the one episode of Green Acres. One of the few I've seen is the one where
He
they
saw them when they first came out.
Their car was broken, so then they ended up using pancakes to build a part of their car.
Because she was always making pancakes that you couldn't eat.
And they used it to fix the car because they were so dry or something.
That was
Yeah.
that whole period from the mid 60s to the very early 70s when they did all those sort of farm and sort of down home kind of shows like Beverly
Yeehaw.
Hillbillies and
Yeah.
Petticoat Junction and Green
It was a
Acres.
trend, you would
and-
say?
It was a trend. Mayberry RFD.
Oh, yeah. Do you?
I know these things. Yeah.
Do
Yes,
you?
I know you do.
Do you remember the Leave It to Beaver movie
I do.
with Christopher McDonald?
Yeah. Played Ward Cleaver.
That's great.
It's not good.
And Dennis the Menace
Oh, I
with
remember Dennis
Christopher
the Menace.
Lloyd
Yeah.
as the
Not-
villain.
Not good.
No.
Who played Mr. Wilson in the Dennis the Menace movie? Walter Matthau.
yeah. I knew that.
Well, hey, Mr. Wilson. Menace.
And then I remember
There you
they
go.
put the
This
Breath
is my
mints.
childhood, guys.
it was your teenage years.
Travis,
My
you
impressionable
bitch.
years.
The best years of your life.
So what's
So what have we been
everyone-
up to?
Yeah.
What the hey we been up to? Oh, I've got something, but I can wait.
No, I'd rather you
Yeah,
not.
you start.
Want me
Lead
to
us in.
jump on in?
Please.
Jump on.
Johnny and I went to New York City.
Bah, 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 bah.
It's a hell of a town. We were in New York for Thursday through Monday. So that was fun.
What'd you do?
Well, we got there. I don't know if you're aware of the fact that there were 400,000 acres of fires in Canada, and all that smoke and
You're used to it though.
went down.
You were like-
I live in L.A.
You were first time.
It all poured down into New York City.
That's
so
fun.
it was kind of. So when we got there, it was very orange and yellow and smoky and dark.
So another day in the valley.
It was like being in L.A. in the 1970s. And then Friday it started to clear up, and Saturday was blue and beautiful. So the weather was fine, but it was
Nice.
great. We had a great time.
How was your flight?
Flight was great, on time, both coming and going.
How are your arms doing?
My arms are very tired.
What happened to your arms?
Because you
I-
flew there.
Yeah.
I flew there,
Oh.
and boy, are my arms tired.
It's one of those
It's
jokes.
one of those
that-
old jokes.
You
So
went.
we saw Parade with Ben Platt. Does anybody know who Ben Platt is?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Really? What's Ben Platt done, Travis?
I don't want to interrupt your story.
He was in,
Don't-
Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah. The stage, not
The
the,
movie.
stage.
He
Right?
was also
Oh,
in the
was
movie.
he?
He was
Yeah.
in
It was
the
the
original.
same. That was
his
part
dad,
of the whole
his
shtick.
dad was the producer, no?
Exactly. So he was in Parade, which is a really, really terrific show.
He was also in Theater Camp, Pitch
And-
Perfect.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
he was in Pitch
IMDb.
Perfect.
Google.
He was really good in The Politician.
There you go. I didn't know he was in that.
Yes, he was. He's the lead.
I saw Some Like It Hot.
Oh, nice. How was that?
It's okay.
Oh,
It's all right. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the original film. It's like one of my all-time favorite
it's
comedies.
really good.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
incredible. It was, it's not fair. I love the movie so much that it's not really fair for me to critique the show. I thought it was okay. The dancing was great.
It was the movie first?
Yeah, it's you have to as Sam, as much as I quote all these dumb comedies and like Dumb and Dumber and all those, I will still say that I will stand and say that probably my favorite comedy is Some Like It Hot.
Me
I don't,
too.
I don't
for
believe
sure.
you, Travis.
No,
I will
For a
absolutely
second.
say it is my favorite comedy.
yeah,
for
no,
sure.
it's.
I think it's perfect from beginning to end. There's not a flaw in that movie.
no.
And so it's hard for me to critique this musical.
Fair.
It was written by the songs were Mark Shaman, who did like
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
well, he did
really familiar.
Hairspray.
There you go.
He did Mary Poppins Returns, and a few other shows. The music was very serviceable, and then we saw Peter Pan Goes Wrong.
Oh, yeah. How's that?
Oh,
Yeah, it was fun. I saw the
Did
play.
it go
I
wrong?
saw the play that goes wrong, which is their first one, and which I actually thought was better. But I think part of it because I'd never seen anything before that. Like that was the first one I saw, so I was really like, wow, this is really funny.
Is that
it's
their
crazy?
Is that their thing? They like do displays going on? Do they have like different?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So they have like Christmas Carol Goes Wrong. They do all these different shows, and it's basically just self-destruction. It's a disaster in front of you. Everything you could think of that could go wrong goes wrong, and it's very funny.
I would love to see that.
And then I saw Six.
But you saw
Six
it here.
what?
I saw Six here.
Right.
Saw Six on Wednesday night before we
Contagious,
left.
right?
Yes, really good, really fun, super high-powered hour and a half of just nonstop power.
Nice.
Musical
interesting.
stuff.
Out of
really
all
good.
of the musicals that you saw, which one was your favorite?
Parade.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What's Joni's?
yeah. Parade.
Nice.
Because it's our month, right?
Exactly. Because we're celebrating this month. So that's what I did. Saw my daughter, had a really good time, and had really good food. New York is a great restaurant town as well. Really excellent food. Has
Nice.
anybody else been to New York?
Nope.
besides-
Yes.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never been on a plane.
where
Yeah.
is that? Where is
Here?
that New York?
I've
Is
only
it
the,
here?
Is it really new?
the most New York I've been to, something New York, is the New York Hotel in Las
In Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Pull
I
back,
haven't
Sam, pull
stayed,
back.
but I walked back. I walked around, went to the casino.
But
Well, I highly recommend New York City to everyone.
I've
Should
been
have
wanting
that
to go.
experience
Now I don't
at
wanna go.
least once in their lives. Please. Okay, I'm done.
nice.
Travis, what did you do?
What didn't you
I
do?
went to SoFi Stadium. And
Sofa Stadium.
Frank, you
Did you
went
see
to
New Kids on the Block?
Yes, Frank, you saw you went to SoFi Stadium
No,
too,
Yeah.
right?
no, not New
Was your
Kids.
parking $80 for
No,
reg-
my parking was free because we parked at a friend's house and took it.
Damn.
See, that's what I did the last. We didn't this time, but next time I go, I'm 100%.
Yes.
Why did you not? Because I know you did that for
Beca-
Paul McCartney, which
Be-
is a concert I don't like talking about.
Because just the thing
What?
is, the time we got there and the
I'll
group,
tell you in a minute.
and the group
Okay.
was that group was notorious for putting on like really really long shows, and the friend lives close but not that close.
Twice.
It's probably like a 30-minute walk.
Oh.
And I don't know the area like
Twice.
that well, so I was like,
Oh,
you know what?
twice.
Let's just park. And I was like, maybe it'll be $60. It'll be fun. Let's try it. And I'm like, I'm never doing that again. When I go back
60
in August,
my ass.
yeah, when I go back in August, I'm just parking.
Why are you going
at
to, what happened? Oh,
Metallica.
That's great.
Are you going with a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, to Metallica?
No.
he's going by himself.
Joni's not
Well,
going.
there is someone. No. Okay, I know who you're talking about. That person
I
is
can
going,
imagine her in a
but we're
Metallica
not going
shirt.
together. But we happen. That whole group, they're all going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Paul McCartney quick sidebar,
Yes.
because Frank looked at me like, what the hell?
I was intrigued.
Remember about a year ago?
About a year ago, a little over a year ago, Joni and I had tickets for Paul McCartney. And on Mother's Day, which was the Sunday before the Friday we were going to see Paul McCartney, I got COVID.
Oh.
Which was okay because that was still 5 days out. And I thought, man, if I don't have any symptoms in 5 days, I'm going to that concert. But then on Thursday, Joni got COVID. So we sold our tickets on whatever site it was you could sell your tickets for.
Craigslist.
And
eBay.
we never got to see him.
And I didn't know about this.
Facebook
Oh, so-
Marketplace.
The day after, I hear from Travis.
It was
We
great.
happened to be talking on the phone or something. And I go, oh my God, Dan. I was like, he was like, how was your weekend? I was like, good. I was like, I saw Paul McCartney. And Dan's like, I was supposed to go to that. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Damn.
Terrible.
I'm sorry.
Dan.
I would blame Travis
Damn,
too.
Dan.
Terrible. So, Sam, what have you been
I
doing?
worked.
That's it. That's Sam's Righty catch up every week.
No, well, yes, I did work, but then on Sunday,
Sunday.
Travis,
Oh.
a bunch of my friends and I, we went to the flea market at Rose Bowl.
At the Rose Bowl.
Ooh, okay.
Because it happens second Sunday of every month.
It's been doing that for 40 years.
Absolutely.
I
And
have
we-
not been there for 30 years. What is
Really?
it like now? It was
It's
a
probably
dollar-
the
it was
same.
It was $1 to get in last
It's
time I
$12
went.
now.
$12 now
That's
from
still cheap.
from 9 to 3, but from early morning 5 to 9, it's like 22.
Yeah, we
'Cause it's
got
VIP.
Is that when all the
VIP
good
hour?
stuff is?
probably.
It's like all of like the really antique like people.
Nobody cares.
That's old.
one
I'm-
of my
kidding.
Did you say
coworkers went.
antiques or antique people?
I don't know.
Both.
I'm sorry. I'm really tired.
One of my coworkers ended up going. I was like, "Oh, what time did you go?" They're like, "Oh, but we left at like 1." I was like, "That's when I got there."
Yeah,
We got there super late.
You know, because I was tired because I had closed the day before, so I got home at like 3 a.m. And I'm like, oh, just go at 1. We left the house at 1.
Well, we got lucky. We found a spot not that far. We just mainly wanted to go to walk around. We were not
Yeah, we
looking
didn't have
to
any-
like buy
But the
anything.
thing is,
we got
on
kettle
the
corn.
that's the one thing I needed
You
to
can
get.
walk around for free. You don't have to drop 12
Right,
bucks to walk
but I
around.
needed that kettle corn.
The
Dan,
kettle corn.
The kettle corn.
Kettle corn
And we
is
didn't,
good.
And we
Yeah,
didn't know it
I will
closed
admit.
at 3.
I will commit several crimes for kettle corn.
I
yeah.
committed all
I'll
the
just go to the
crimes.
zoo. That's where I get my kettle corn.
That's weird.
So you
Yeah.
pay
Oh,
like
from-
30.
yeah,
So you
okay.
pay like $30. So you pay $30 to go into the zoo. You pay $30 to go into the zoo, right? Or I don't know how much the zoo costs
Oh,
nowadays.
that's probably about right.
It's free if you hop a fence.
yeah.
One
if
of
you
the
sneak in,
crimes.
it's free.
One of the crimes of kettle corn.
I just bring them an animal and they let me in. We trade.
Isn't it interesting though? Like if you get kettle corn like at a place that's actually cooking it, like a kettle corn, like whatever you call
Restaurant?
it. No, no.
the kettle corn like shop?
Uncle Kettle Corns.
Uncle.
Is that-
Artisanal
it's
kettle corn.
so
I don't know what's going on.
good.
Yeah. And ours just
but when you
got
buy
out
just
of,
kettle corn,
it doesn't taste the same.
no,
'Cause
it's
it's
But
not
here's
the
the
same.
thing. So like, because it was like 5 of us and a baby, so we were all eating.
It's a remake.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. So then we were eating the kettle corn, and this
was
fucker
Ted
over
dancing
here,
Pointing at me.
along with
Pointing
you?
at Sam's pointing at me.
Travis would grab a handful and then drop almost all of it.
No, I wouldn't. I
And
dropped
was
like
I
1 or
didn't
2 pieces.
spend like $12 for you to drop my kernels, like eat them off the floor.
But that is so Travis.
I know.
I can just see him
And then
doing it.
he's
It's like,
I wasn't even surprised.
And
when
then
you
he's
said
like,
that.
"This is it. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm done." And then like he just keeps reaching. I'm like, "I thought you were doing." He goes, last time.
have you ever seen him drink like a glass of cold brew?
Oh my god!
It's like he's drinking. It's like the last drink of his life. He's just like sucking it down so
it's,
fast.
yeah, it's like he's been stuck in the
I
desert.
can see how you would eat popcorn. You probably just cram it all in your mouth. It's all probably falling out the sides of your mouth.
That's what she
and-
said.
I'm going.
That is what she said.
I'm going. Bye.
She actually had a list of complaints.
You can defend yourself.
Drop your sword.
Anyway, what else did I do?
Yeah, what else did you do?
That was
Oh,
it.
did
Did
Went
you
to
do
the
anything
Myers
without?
house.
Did you do anything without Travis involved?
No, he's in my life, unfortunately. I went to Michael Myers' house. Yes, he
Yeah,
wasn't home
that's
though.
fun.
What Michael Myers?
In Pasadena.
Pasadena.
And then we went to Video
Wait,
Vortex.
stop.
Sorry,
back
hold on.
up
It's
and
actually not
explain
Video
what you're
Vortex.
saying.
Drop
So in-
and roll.
Boop.
Is
in-
it the Halloween house from the
Yes.
original movie
Yeah.
Halloween?
Yeah,
was
so
shot
in-
in Pasadena?
Yeah, a lot of them. His friend.
I didn't know that.
It's
Yeah.
like you can hire him. He's like a tour guide to all of these Halloween spots that he knows. But
Do I know this guy?
No.
no, it's from work. But no, it's nice because it's in Pasadena, so it's the house, and then right next door, you'll like it. They have a museum. It's like
Sugar Mint Gallery.
I guess that's what it's called.
What's it called?
The
Sam?
Sugar Mint Gallery.
No, what's it called, Sam?
Sugar Mint Gallery.
Oh, okay.
That's annoying.
Now you
I
know.
don't. Where are we going? I didn't get that.
Because he was talking to me, but Travis kept answering
Because you
for
said
me.
it's the name of a gal. I'm sorry, I get excited.
He does get
Why
excited.
are
He's
you yelling at
excitable.
me?
He's excitable.
Here, have some nuts.
Ew, no, that's
That's
the
a lot of
reason why. This is him with the kettle corn.
Dan, I'm just reaching for some nuts.
Frank, what did you do this week?
Were you done?
I'm sorry, Sam. What else
I
did you
don't
do?
know. We just
Myers' house? How was that?
it was fine. I mean, we
But it's
go
just
there
the
a lot.
exterior of the
Yeah,
house.
I've never really been to
You-
any of the locations that
you
are in
should,
the area.
because we did ask his friend to give us a tour because he has like, oh, this place where, like whatever, like
The hardware store. He knows where the Rob Zombie one is. He knows everything.
So-
Nobody cares.
oh.
Why
I was
does
gonna
he
ask
know
you
this
if you
stuff?
wanted to
Because
go.
he's really into the movies.
Because we asked him if he can just like
But
walk us around.
How
if
does
you
he
want to join?
How do you find out this
There's this
information?
thing, old man. There's this
Is
thing
it called the
There's this thing,
internet?
yeah, this thing called the interwebs. You type in www. dot.
There was some spice in that,
That
old
was
man.
that was
He
yeah.
spoke
Hey,
with his,
man.
his whole chest.
Hey,
Old man.
tell me what you saw, old man.
Old man, take a look at
Okay,
yourself.
okay, Neil Young.
Thank you.
All right, no more nuts for you. You're weird on nuts.
What?
So I never thought I'd hear it in my life. All right.
I saw Across the Spider-Verse, which
Oh,
was
how was that?
great.
The updated sound mix.
No, it's not.
I'm
out.
a suit.
Oh.
I don't know.
This
It's
is
not
the
out yet?
This is the sequel to Spideyverse or whatever. No.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. It was
I don't
really
think
good.
the new sound is out yet. I
No?
think it's supposed to come out this week. I might be wrong.
Oh, okay. We saw it in Prime.
Oh, Prime doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no.
It's loud
how did-
in general.
They
Did
already
you-
took the Dolby showtime, so we couldn't see it there. But
Did
it was great. I love the soundtrack was amazing.
Yeah.
I have it on repeat right now.
Do you like the first or the second one more? I've been asking a lot of people
Ooh.
that.
I think story-wise, I think overall as an overall package, I think the first one, since it's one whole story, I like better. But the individual parts of Across the Spider-Verse and the music, I think, is better here.
Okay.
Yeah.
the way you can tell is in the beginning when
Spider-Gwen.
Gwen was telling her story and they were playing the drums. Were you able to hear her talking clearly?
Yes.
Okay, I think
that
it's
might be the new
updated
one.
then because that was the first reel in some scenes. That's what a complaint some people had is when they were playing the drums, you couldn't hear her when she was talking.
Yes.
Okay.
Have
and
you
that's
seen?
all I've got. And that's all I've got to
Have
say
you
about
seen
that.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Yes, I saw it.
Did you like it?
I did.
It was really good. Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse.
I did. I liked
it's
it a
good.
lot. But I came into it late.
That's fine. It didn't change.
As long as he came, that's what matters.
Sometimes not at all.
I got to the party very late. So.
Yeah.
But I did. I thought it was really good. I have,
Speaking
no,
of
I have
really-
no joke.
Speaking of really good, let's
Frank had jokes.
everyone listen to this week's episode where we talk about
Insert movie here.
yeah, I know.
Insert title here. Okay, so years ago, in my early years of my acting career, I had an audition for a movie called What Women Want.
Oh,
which
with
was
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson
Let him tell the freaking story.
Sorry.
and Holly.
Hunt.
No,
Helen Hunt.
no.
Marissa Tomei.
It was Jim Carrey's first wife.
Oh, Holly. No, from she was in Dumb and Dumber.
Yes. What's her name?
Holly.
Helen
Alright.
Hunt.
No,
Nope.
I'll look
Holly.
it up. Hunter.
Yeah, it's Helen
so
Hunt.
while you, no, Helen.
Lauren Holly.
Lauren Holly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Helen
We got
Hunt
there.
is also in the movie. So Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt are the leads. And you know the story, right? Mel Gibson can all of a sudden he's able to hear the thoughts of women. So anyway, I had an audition for it, and I was auditioning to play Lauren Holly's new husband. And there was a scene in the movie where Mel Gibson shows up to her wedding, where she's marrying her new husband, and I was auditioning for that role. So I did the audition, and I got a call back, and my callback was to the studio sound stage. So I showed up early in the morning, whatever, and it was me and one other guy. I thought, oh, this is great. There's two of us. So we go in, and they call Nancy Myers in to meet with us. So we go in, and she's chatting with us. She's super nice, and she kind of explains the whole scene and what's going on and what she's looking for. So we go through this whole thing, and the guy goes out, and I'm in there. The other guy, they send him outside, and I stay in there, and we run this scene. Nancy and I run this scene, and then she says, "Okay, great. Could you step out?" So I step out, and the other guy comes in, and I'm waiting outside, and they do the scene, and then he steps out, and then they call me back in. And I come back in, and she's like chatting with me. Oh, I think the guy wears glasses and all this different stuff. And we're like having a really great conversation. I'm thinking, this is going so well. And then she looks at me, she says, "You know, you're really funny." And I said, "Oh, well, thank you. Thank you." And then she says, "Yeah, this part's not funny." And I said, "Oh, no. Well, I mean, I don't
can be funny
I don't have
sometimes."
to be funny. I don't have to be funny." She goes, "No, you're funny."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, man."
I'm funny how?
I left and drove home. God bless her for her honesty. She was so nice. She was so cool. It was so much fun. But, man, when she said, "No,
You're funny.
you're funny," it was like, you can't help yourself, buddy. You're just a funny guy.
That's like I wouldn't say a backhanded compliment, but more like a bittersweet, like, thank you.
It was
but
just the wrong...
it's a nice way to
Like I
get
said,
rejected.
she was honest. She's like, hey, like, you know, it's
If
this
this
part
was
of
a
fun
funny
for you.
part,
Yeah,
I
you're
probably
funny.
I'm in, man.
Right.
And she was like, "No,
I'm sorry, you have too much
you're
experience.
gonna stand out as funny."
You're just
Anyway.
you were
You could have been.
overqualified.
You could have been Jack Black in The Holiday.
There you go. So that's my
Talking
story.
about Jaws.
It was great. It
That's
was
funny
almost.
though. That's funny.
And I've never seen the movie.
Good. You know what? I saw that movie. My parents took me to
I
see
saw
it.
it in
I
theaters.
think it did really well, didn't it? I
It
think
did.
It was somewhat
It did
of a
a
hit.
It had a remake with Taraji.
They did the opposite.
Taraji Henson.
Henson, yeah.
I think it was
yeah.
called What Men Want or something.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
could,
It's
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine.
It is what it is.
They do that. Like they also remade. Remember too? They remade Overboard.
They did, yeah. We saw that.
Oh,
I liked
wait.
it.
Yeah, that was
Who
fun.
is in Overboard? The remake, I mean.
Anna Faris and
The-
Eugenio Derbez.
yeah.
I know people who really highly regard the original Overboard as being a great comedy.
like the OG, like
Like
Not
really.
Goldie Hawn.
Kurt Russell.
No,
Yeah,
Goldie
that bef-
Hawn.
but there's another one before that, no?
Oh, I thought Goldie Hawn
No,
and
that
Kurt
was
Russell
it.
was the original.
That was the original.
That people
Check
that
the
would
Googles.
regard that as like a great movie.
I like that movie.
I saw it. I thought it was okay.
Which one?
I will tell you this: if it was not Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, it would be the horror movie.
Right?
Yeah, it would be like a Wes Craven.
It was all about, but I mean, it was all the chemistry and charm
Oh yeah,
of
yeah.
those
No,
two people.
it's a scary movie. It's scary.
Think about what it's about.
Yeah, it's scary. It's a horror movie.
Think what they're doing.
Is
All
it
right, we're gonna
scary?
cover that movie next
It's
month.
scary.
It's scary. All right.
All right,
Okay. Bye.
bye.
All right, we'll see you next time. And now we'll discuss our movie this week. This week, we're going to talk about a movie that we all saw in the theater. It's a new release, or
It was when
I
we
was to
watched
say
it.
it was a new release.
Semi.
And Travis, why don't you read the log line, and then we will reveal the name.
The logline says the name in my little summary.
Can you go like bleep bleep for that?
Moving the action out of the woods and into the city, insert movie title here, tells a twisted tale of two estranged sisters, played by Sutherland and Sullivan,
That's
whose
not a
reunion
logline.
is cut short by the rise of a flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into a primal battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable.
Did we
You
have
said
to say
thrusting.
thrust?
No, I didn't.
You
They did say thrusting
he said
in here.
Thrusting.
Thrusting them.
I'm just gonna be a dick here. When we do log lines, are we doing actual log lines or are we doing summaries?
Summaries. I know we've been doing
Yeah,
that
that's
wrong for
actually
weeks.
not a log line.
Let me
We've
see.
been doing it wrong this whole time.
Yeah,
So
we
we're
have.
still not gonna. No, we did do log lines at many episodes
moons
No,
ago.
it's the back of the VHS
I
tape.
think-
Oh, the back
It's
of the
the
VHS.
back. Let me rephrase that.
I think for like Violent Night, we might have done a log line. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember.
Let's go back
Probably.
to doing VHS. The back
Yeah,
of the
it's
VHS
the back of the
tape.
VHS.
Oh, let's find
tape.
that tape. Where is it?
In
All
the
right.
in the candy jar.
It's
As
in the
long as it doesn't talk about thrusties,
It's
I'm
next
good.
to this laser.
Thrusties.
All right, everyone.
Wow,
let
the
me
plot
instead
thickens.
of
Okay,
no,
ready
let's not
again?
do- Oh yeah,
Here's the log line.
it's not the log line. It's the back of the VHS tape.
Here's what's on the back of the VHS tape.
It's a log line.
That's a log
moving.
line.
It says log line. No, VHS tape description. Moving the
Get
action.
on with it.
Moving the action outside of the woods and into the city, insert movie title here, tells a twisted tale of two estranged sisters, played by Sutherland and Sullivan.
It's literally
Whose reunion
This is
I
the
thought we were
same
doing
thing
the
you
same
read.
Because that's what you said we were gonna do.
Okay.
I think the half of us, which
Ladies
is Travis,
and gentlemen,
I think we're
and
ju-
the half
all
of
the
us, I love
others
that
who
show.
listen to this, folks, we saw Evil Dead Rise.
Nice.
And we all saw it in a theater. I would love to. We can do pre-thoughts, and then I would love just to share our theater experience. Although I feel like, did we already do that?
Sam did a little bit, but that's okay.
No, I feel like, wasn't this the movie where you said the person sitting
No,
next
that
to
was
you?
was
is-
Sam.
That was it. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just do our pre-thoughts then, and then we can talk about whatever. But-
Dan, go first.
Oh, okay, cool. My pre-thought was, I do not want to see this movie.
That's it.
I know I've said that before,
For weeks.
but there's a difference between I do not want to see this movie that I'm going to put on my TV, and I do not want to see this movie that I'm going to sit in a dark theater and have to watch.
I agree.
And the difference is really different. Because, as you know, and I love going to movies, but when you're in a movie, you're in an immersed, or if that's immersive, whatever,
Experience.
and
Yeah.
experience. And you're not, you can look away, but you're still in a movie theater with a gigantic screen looking
Still
back
loud.
at you, and it's
Yeah.
loud and it's captivating. It's going to keep you in control. Yes, Travis, you're raising your hand.
Because sometimes heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
You know what? You're allowed five.
You were like on the giant silver screen. You were doing the Nicole Kidman
I
thing.
was. So I was dreading this. I cannot deny it. I was dreading it. And I think, if I may, just for a moment, Sam's staring at me like, make sure it's just a moment.
I'll allow it.
When I was
Judge Dredd.
young, like 12 years old, my brother's girlfriend got me into a screening of The Exorcist. And it really damaged me. Like, it scared the you-know-what out
Wow, I
of
can
me.
tell.
And it made me never...
We can never get through this whole thing. We can't.
It made me never want to see those kind of movies. It's like, I don't want to feel this way. This is horrifying. So I've avoided these movies. And yes, I think I've said I did see the original Evil Dead in a drive-in with friends. I'm sure we had chemical assistance of some kind. But that was different. We were all kind of goofing and
Well-
having fun. But yeah, these movies, I really don't look forward to. Possession, Devil,
I love no.
those kind of movies. But I mean, that's just me. Anyway, that was my pre-thought.
Well, Dan,
I went way too
for
long. I'm sorry.
listeners at home, I'm putting my hand on Dan's shoulder. You're
Yes,
in a
you are.
podcast that talks about horror movies, so you...
Oh my God.
That's what we're doing right now. That's what we've been doing.
Oh. Is there any way I can get out of this?
No.
Okay.
No.
Moving on. So, Travis, pre-thoughts?
So mine was actually the exact opposite of yours. I saw Exorcist when I was about 7 years old.
Are we
And
doing
he loved
Exorcist
it.
now?
Loved it. I've seen Exorcist 12 times, and it keeps getting funnier and
Wait,
funnier.
is that? What are you doing?
That's from Beetlejuice.
Gotcha.
But no, I did actually see Exorcist when I was like 7 or 8. Didn't bother me.
To me, that's too young.
I
You wouldn't
tur-
have even
No.
known what you were watching.
I think we talked about this. You and I had the same experience. I watched it when I was 7 or 8 too. My mom made me watch it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
I
don't-
agree. When you watch it a little old, yeah.
You got to be old enough to at least get, right?
I
you
don't
could
think
still
you're
see
ever old
what-
enough for The
Hey,
Exorcist.
no matter if
But-
you're older or younger, a head turning around is a head.
No, not that. The cross. The cross.
Oh yeah,
But
I didn't get that when I was
Oh
a
my
kid. I didn't
gosh.
get that.
Oh my gosh! Well,
The
I
cruci?
did. I
The
got
cruci.
I got that at 12.
Oh,
the cruci.
the crucifix.
I got that at 12. Let me tell you.
Ew.
You know, I still haven't seen it all the way through.
You
Well,
stop at that part.
Blumhouse,
Yeah.
Blumhouse is releasing
So
a remake. I mean, a
Sequel?
sequel-ish. They're
Not
doing
gonna
the Halloween
see
treatment.
that.
It's
Not
the
gonna
people that
see
did the
that.
Coming back.
Halloween.
Nobody should be allowed to touch The Exorcist. William Friedkin, that is a
The Pope's
masterpiece.
Exorcist.
Absolute masterpiece.
Things have been said about it, and not excited.
Well,
About what?
The test screenings for
Oh, for
Exorcist,
the new one?
they were not good.
did you ever read the book? Did anyone
For the
read?
new one.
I
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
to. I
Yeah.
haven't
I
read
hear
it.
the book.
no,
I
I've
hear if
never
you
read the
take the
book.
book and the film, I heard it's like side by side almost.
Yes. And
Yeah,
I hear
side
the
by
book
side.
is absolutely horrifying
Oh,
when
yeah.
you read it.
Yeah,
How did we-
It's probably more horrifying.
Well, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I
How
don't know
did
how
get
to
through
read.
it because I didn't know how to read.
That,
Yeah, I said that too.
but louder.
That's your first mistake. I
Okay,
don't know how
so
to
what
read.
were your pre-thoughts
Yeah, how did
of
we
the
get to The
movie we
Exorcist?
actually saw
Okay,
called
so-
Evil
my
Dead?
my pre thoughts are rising, sir.
Rise.
They're rising. My pre
My
thoughts.
temper is also rising, so you gotta keep going.
So as you all know, like I like again. I'm doing the opposite of Dan here. I enjoy
I know
horror
what you're
movies.
doing. Okay.
I love horror. So
Do you really?
Frank. As you all know me, I've been watching Evil Dead movies for a while. So I remember when they first. I'm trying to talk here. I'm getting really upset.
You're trying to talk. You've been talking.
No. So when they first announced Evil Dead Rise, Dan, did you know it was actually supposed to be straight to streaming? It was not going to get a theatrical release.
I did not know that.
And so I remember I was disappointed. My initial pre-thoughts was disappointed because I really wanted to see this in theaters. And then I think, Sam, you and I about a year ago, remember they had a special screening that we were trying to get into
Yes, yes,
for
yes, yes.
hours.
Yes,
I
yes.
think, Frank, you were in that too, right? Remember we kept trying to refresh the page?
Oh,
so
yes.
because I knew, I was like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
was going to be my only chance to see it in theaters is if I get into this test screening. Didn't happen. So I was like, fine.
At that time, it was still planning.
Yeah, it was
on-
still
oh,
planning,
okay,
and then
okay.
we were like, "Fine, we'll just watch it in the patio on the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
projector." So we were gonna do that, and then because those test screenings did so well, they were like, "You know what? We're gonna release it in theaters." So we were happy, and then I think a few weeks before that, Beyond Fest did an event. Really wanted to get into, couldn't get in, so I was excited. Finally, did see this movie. And yeah, that was just my pre-thoughts. Was me just anticipating this movie for like the 2 years that I knew about it, going into it,
None of what you just said surprises me in the least.
because it was the exact opposite of you.
Right?
That's
I have a
great.
theme going on here.
But I want to clarify. I don't dislike all horror
I know that. I
movies.
was giving you a hard
I
time.
very specifically stated I don't care for possession movies.
Well, that's your.
That's a very specific genre in itself, right?
Yeah.
You assumed I
Yeah,
was.
yeah, it's a subgenre of horror.
You
Right.
assumed I was paying attention to you. No,
yes, I was actually.
What was that?
Sam,
What
what
about
was
you,
your
Sam?
pre-thought?
So when I watched The Exorcist,
At 7.
7 or 8, no, I really liked the 2013 version. So when I heard about this, I was very excited. So I was very excited to watch this movie. Frank, go ahead.
Did
that was it?
Did you
That's
listen?
fast.
Did you
Yes.
hear what she did?
Yes.
He took
Very
half-
clean, very succinct, made a statement.
I don't want your laugh.
Okay, so I was very excited about this movie. Ever since I heard that it was going to HBO Max, something about it
The
just
Max.
made me think, interesting. And also the idea of putting an Evil Dead movie in like a high rise was very interesting to me. So I was excited. And also, side note, if you guys remember Horror Nights last year,
Yeah.
you remember the Hollywood Hotel maze?
Yes.
That was actually supposed to be an Evil Dead Rise
Oh,
maze.
really?
wow.
Yes. If
That
you,
makes sense.
if you think back to all the set pieces, the ghost coming out from the bathtub,
What?
the
Oh, yeah.
elevator door that kept closing.
So what happened?
Well, when Evil Dead got delayed, it got pulled last minute, and they made it into
Wait,
Hollywood Hotel.
Where was the Hollywood Hotel?
That was I think it was like one of the last ones we
Was
went
it
in.
by Waterworld?
I think it was in that center courtyard.
Yeah, it
I
was.
see,
yeah,
I see,
it
I
was,
see, I see. It was like the Blumhouse. It wasn't the Blumhouse one.
it was right across from it, I believe.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, we're going to Horror Nights this year.
Let's
We
do
as
it.
in all of us, yes.
Yes.
I'll go.
Bring Joni too.
She'll go.
Good.
Really?
Maybe.
She'll hang out in the car.
Are there any safe places? When
No.
You're...
No.
She'll go to city.
Bathroom, but
she'll
she'll
go-
wait for you.
she'll
We
go to-
just
oh,
won't tell her.
She'll go to City
Oh
Walk.
yeah, there's plenty of safe places. Come on, honey, it's all good.
Even
It's
even
all lit up.
she won't even be safe with the minions. They're like gremlins
She'll
over
make
there.
us do the podcast
You close
outside.
your eyes, and that's all you need to. Yeah.
We'll guide
You'll
you.
know not to go.
If you don't
near
like
you.
it, close your eyes.
Go
Joni
to a
just
happy
trusts
place.
us.
I think it'd be fun. Let's do it. I'll ask her. I'll
Yeah.
bet she'll go. I'll bet she will.
You know what's funny? It just reminded me of what happened last year when we were at in Hogwarts, and one of the Death Eaters went up to Travis, and he's like, "Don't do that."
Just like how he was at IKEA. I was like, wow,
Oh yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Did you do your pre-thoughts?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I was excited.
You were excited. I was excited. I was dreading it. You, whatever. And Sam
Your
was
dread
so
was Rise.
succinct. She was
Evil
excited
Dread
to see the
Rise.
movie. So, okay. We
Let's
saw
talk
the
about
movie.
this.
I saw it in the theater. You saw it in the theater. We all saw it in the theater. I'm going to let you guys roll with this for a minute, and I'll catch up. Just because
A rowdy.
I want to do it that
A
way.
wowdy.
I would like to let you guys kind of
We can talk about the cold.
So-
Kinda
open.
guide-
Let's
this-
just start.
this-
let's
this
just.
movie.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I was
fine.
gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
I'm
What
cool
is-
with the cold opening.
No, it's
No,
fine.
I was
He-
gonna
he
say
has something else to say.
not even the cold opening. I was just gonna say like going in. I think Frank talked about it a little bit. That's why I kind of wanted to go. Everyone else, that's what was your initial feelings, or what did you feel about the setting change? Did it from
Uh-huh. I was open to it.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? Like, how many times have we
Yeah.
been in a cabin in the woods in the forest? I mean, it almost too reminded me of Demons 2.
Oh, I've never seen it.
It takes place in an apartment building. I mean, it's cool. There's something always kind of like, I always think like, apartment buildings, I mean, I think they did it in Poltergeist also, where it's like, you have your different levels, long hallways, lots of different people, even like Wreck, kind of like Wreck. I don't know. I always thought there was something kind of like, with I don't know if that makes sense, like a bunch of different families and people living.
So it's like different settings, but all in one setting.
Yeah. And I don't know. There's just always something scary. Like everyone is, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. I got you. Game levels.
yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel about that, Dan?
I have no opinion about what you just said.
So you weren't listening to me now.
No, I was listening.
Yeah.
I just.
So what did you think
I mean,
about? What did you think about the setting
for the
change?
movie, I finally had to turn to our friend Brian, our Satellite 12 universe friend, and I said, "Where the hell are we?"
We're in an
He
apartment
goes,
building.
"We're in L.A." I said, "What apartment building looks like this in L.A.?" He goes, "Oh, it's downtown, I guess, somewhere."
Yeah,
Was it
I mean, it was-
really in LA?
It is in
Yeah.
LA.
And
Oh.
well, no, really, it was Australia because every cast member was
Yeah.
Right.
Australian, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it was shot in Australia.
I think it was right by the Cecil Hotel.
But it was just
It is the Cecil
It's the
Hotel.
Cecil Hotel.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure those apartment buildings exist, but it felt so not L.A. That apartment building.
Yeah.
It felt just like I don't know where, but not L.A.
yeah.
But it's okay. I mean, I don't care. I mean,
It
I was just like very confused about where
It
we
almo-
were and why are these like super hip arty people living in this
They all do live in
trashed out
lofts.
tenement building, which is getting
'Cause
torn
it's cool.
down.
It's a
That's
cool
what's
thing
cool.
to
A
do.
lot of
But it's
people
all
do
getting
that.
torn down. It's all going away. It's
Because
not.
that's what the man wants, man.
Yay, man.
Remember,
But it was a bank originally, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Which I thought was cool. Again,
A bank with like 500 apartments in it.
right on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My clitoris was.
no.
Was raging.
Frank,
this.
when it
Raging.
showed
Yeah.
when it showed the Frank, when it showed the apartment building in the beginning and they were walking up and it was raining, did it kind of remind me of the bridge scene in the Matrix when it's raining?
Yes. Thought that immediately.
But for those who have not seen the movie,
Go
may
watch
never
it.
see the movie because they
Hey,
don't
Joni.
watch these kinds of movies. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Joni, why don't we just kind of like explain it in a way that the non-watcher could enjoy this.
I'm not going to
That's
tackle
palatable.
that one. We gotta keep this.
I mean, to me, having seen now 2 of the Evil Dead movies, recently, and maybe you can tell me that they're all that, because even though you're right, we changed the setting, which I guess in some way made it feel different. You're still trapped. They still create a trapped situation, so they didn't really open it up. They just put it inside a trapped apartment building.
Which I thought they did a really good job of.
No, I thought they did it where you totally bought it, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And it felt like a very, like, Hallmark Evil Dead thing to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you have to do that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
that's the whole-
because usually in Evil Dead movies, it's like, okay, someone gets infected or someone gets possessed. Deadite. What do? Lock them in a room, right? This time, they're infected. What am I going to do? You're going to get locked in the hallway.
Right. We're
I
going to put you in the
really
hallway
like
and not
that
let you
a lot.
in.
You got I think they adapted to the new setting really well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they figured out how to create a new setting.
Yeah, it wasn't
and
just
then
like,
make it
hey,
work.
an
I don't
apartment.
think they were told, "Oh, we've got an apartment building to move this
Well,
movie and figure it out." No, they created that, Travis.
You know what I mean.
So
I'd
Say it
appreciate
right.
it if you just got off my back.
So for me, the Evil Dead, and I think as I remember the original scene in a drive-in with my friends, I mean, find Devil Book, read it, someone gets possessed. That's Act 1 of these 2 movies, and probably the original one as well, and probably every one of them. And then it's survival mode, and then it's, I'm gonna finally get rid of this bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Verbatim.
There's
Act 1, 2,
dialogue.
and 3. Yeah,
I
he
mean,
did
it's
it.
a very, and so this is not a criticism. This is a very clean way of telling these stories, and I think a pretty reliable way of telling the stories. I mean, there's very little bump. And when I talk about bump, I mean like in storytelling. There's very little bumps in these movies where you go, "Hang on a second, that wouldn't happen." Yes, you go, "Why are you opening that book?" This time it was on a record.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to read it. It read it for him, which they set up nicely because he's like a DJ dude with his records.
Yeah. I like that
So
little
that would
added
make sense.
that detail of him having to like speed it up just a little bit because it wasn't.
That was cool. So do we need to explain any of this? I mean,
Yeah.
I sort of did a big jump. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just wanted
No,
to
no,
kind
no,
of do the overall layout of how this act structure works in these movies, and they seem very loyal to that from what I've seen.
Yeah, so with this one, they did 2 things. They went back to that original framing of using the record to say the incantation. But that was what was really interesting that they did here is that they kind of this is where they connected all the movies together by explaining that there's actually 3 books. So we have the one from the original, the one from the remake, quote unquote remake, from 2013, and then they had this book here. So that in that way they kind of bring everything together again while also opening up the story to future like spin-offs or sequels that don't have to be too connected to whatever came before. But like you were saying, the one of the kids. So the setup is there's these 2 sisters who are kind of estranged. One's like what was she?
Yeah, she's a roadie for
Yeah,
like
I mean,
some
tech,
punk,
a guitar tech.
Guitar tech slash
she's a-
roadie.
yeah, right.
Slash groupie.
So she comes back to LA to visit her sister who just went through a divorce. She's got 3 kids, and their home is being demolished soon. So that night,
I'm sorry, real quick. Their creepy apartment building is being
yes,
demolished soon.
they're creepy.
the
yet
Oracle lives there from the Matrix.
Their building's getting demolished soon, so the kids go out to get
Pizza.
while the sisters try to hash things out. On their way back, in the parking lot, that's where the bank vault setup comes in. So
because there's an earthquake.
yes, there's always earthquakes
We're in LA.
Yeah.
Apparently there are. I keep missing them, but apparently there are.
I think we just write them out now because we're so used of like.
And by the
honestly,
way, let's all knock on wood on that.
I mean, we're in a cabin. We're not in. We don't know where this cabin is actually.
So one of the kids falls into one of the vaults, Or
No, they jumped
jumps
in.
Yeah. So the kids jump into this vault, and that's where one of the books is hidden, along with these records, which
Sorry,
of course
vinyls.
Vinyls, yes, the vinyls. he's looking away.
Albums.
No, vinyls.
Vinyls.
They're called vinyls.
It looks like it's digging into a soul
Travis,
further
did
every
If
you
you
time.
want me
hear
to
me?
stop talking, that's how you do it.
Thank God, vinyls.
What's wrong with vinyls?
It's not that vinyls isn't a word. That's a made-up
I
word.
don't know. It's there.
just vinyl.
Vanills.
What's the difference between a record and an album?
Well, I mean, an album can mean different things. Like you can even say an album, like, "Oh, I got the album." You can just say it
Records are
physically,
just for
digitally,
douchebags.
Yeah.
on a cassette, CD.
How many vinyls can you have in it?
Isn't a record made of vinyl?
A vinyl. That's a vinyl record.
Okay, go ahead, Frank.
Okay.
So they fall into a pit. The boy
Of despair, yes.
finds like crucifixes hanging all over the ceiling, and he finds the book.
The book, which he must not read from.
Can the
you
book,
mustn't read from the book.
Can't the book just say "Do not open, do not read"?
I mean,
I'm
there's-
Yeah.
talking to you. I mean you, sir, who are about to open it.
I mean,
Cuts
it's-
through this barbed wire, like in the last movie.
Yeah.
It's
At
like,
least
yeah,
this one he didn't cut
Or like
through
in
barbed
The
wire.
It's
Walking
got
Dead.
fangs.
Don't dead open inside.
Wow.
Okay,
I
so
want to do a movie where like a comedy says "Do not open." You open it. I'm not kidding. Do not open this. You open it again.
I'm
I'm
sure-
talking to you.
I'm
Do not
sure
open this.
One of the scary movies did that joke.
Yeah.
probably
So-
one of the several.
It's
One of the seven
so
of 'em.
Silly.
Silly goose.
We'll get into later though, because that's another thing. It's in all the movies, but I'll get into that when we get there. So he finds the book and doesn't tell them he has the book.
No, of course not.
I'm good. Nothing going down in here. I'm just gonna hide these records and books I
I have
have.
to whistle. I can't whistle.
We'll add it in post. So he puts the
No.
so he puts the record in to listen to it, and then he does that thing where he matches it, which I think is really cool.
now.
So wasn't Bruce Campbell the voice on that record?
I don't. Travis,
believe
Okay,
he was,
that
yes?
rocks if it's true.
I don't know.
you do know. You're just hiding
No, I
it.
really don't know.
Yeah,
but it should be, right?
Yeah, he is the recorder of the
Oh,
I have
okay.
I have
the recorder,
a
the
bone-
recording
The recording is the
of the
recorder.
recorder. Yes.
I have a bone
of the
to pick.
vinyls.
So Danny, the brother, is a DJ, and in the
Uh-huh.
beginning he's like rocking on with the DJ thing, whatever, and it's loud, and the mom's like, "Oh, turn it down, turn it down." While he's playing the vinyls,
He's taking this very
Travis.
You're
seriously.
just making yourself look bad at this point.
Travis, do we all need to stop and have a big group hug to get you
I'm
back
just
on?
listening.
I'm waiting
we
for
all
the
need to
moment
give you
for
a
him
big-
to like.
Do you want a big bear hug? Come here. Come over here. Right
I-
here.
I'm
Come here.
listening.
Don't touch me.
I'm gonna give you a
Don't
big
touch
bear
me.
hug. Come
Don't
here.
touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch
Come
me.
here, buddy.
Don't touch me.
Come
Don't
here.
touch me. Don't
Come
touch
here.
me. Don't touch me. All right. So what
Did
happened?
we ever tell you about the one time Travis told his girlfriend to shut up?
I
No.
never did that.
No, but
That
now you
doesn't-
will.
That
Now
doesn't
I
end
will.
well. That
So-
will never end well.
Travis's favorite musical beings
Musical.
are Daft Punk, not musical, but like music.
Yes.
And Jennifer, sweetheart, was like, "They're gonna die one day." And Travis goes, "Shut up! Don't say that."
I said don't say that. I didn't
No,
say
you said
shut
shut
up. You weren't there.
I literally was in the back seat.
You thought you heard.
No, don't diminish what I heard. But anyway,
So your point was
so then
he's
when
playing the record
and then
with
no
the
one walked in to be like, "What is that sound?" Because if I were to be in the apartment and then I heard that, I'd be like, "What are you playing? Turn that off."
Hey, sounds like a demon.
Yeah, why are you
Hey,
playing
that doesn't
Demon?
sound like it's going to end well. You should take that off.
Break that vinyls.
Wait, was he? Oh yeah, he was using the speakers at that point, right?
Yeah,
he
he
wasn't
had
even
a
using.
Yeah, he
close-up
was
of
using
the
he was
speaker.
using like
Yeah.
the PA, the externals.
No, he was making noise. You got that right.
Yeah, so I would have. Would you guys have walked in like, you can turn that off, please?
yeah.
I wouldn't have
but-
even taken the records or the book. I would have seen all the
You're right.
crucifix hanging from the ceiling
You're
going,
right.
I'm not supposed to be in here.
I wouldn't even
I'm
jump
leaving
in.
now.
I'd poke my head in like, "Oh, that looks cool," and then walk away.
Yeah, take a couple pictures, for the gram.
For the for the story, the IG
Sends
story.
a post.
But
Yeah.
I would agree, but I think they kind of like, I guess I wouldn't say gloss over it, but they kind of fix it by showing him trying to take it up, turn it off,
Right.
and then it not
which
Not-
was cool, but at the
yeah.
same time, I would.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the record said I decline. I'm sorry.
I can't let you do that.
But so obviously,
It released the demon,
yes.
which
While
then
the mom was
found
going,
Mama.
Yeah.
'Cause Mama
that
was
tracking
going-
shot was really cool.
Releasing
Yes.
the demons.
the mom was gonna go do laundry, and then the elevator door opened, and then it's like, bloop,
Bloop,
Hey there.
bloop, and bloop.
hey,
Hello.
So
Bam.
hello.
Hello.
yeah, that was gross.
What?
The elevator.
The wires?
Yeah.
Oh, when it got her all like tangled up.
Yeah. Well, she looked like she looked like she was taking shape. If you know what I mean.
Can you I just want to compliment the casting of the mom. Can you tell me anything else about her from previous movies that we've seen, or
I
is
don't
this a
think
first
she's- I
timer
think
for
this
us?
is- I think
Because
the
I didn't know any of
sisters-
them because they were all from Australia, and I don't think any of them
Australia.
are actors we've seen, but I don't see these kind of movies. I thought her casting was great because she had a really cool look.
Yeah.
That worked really well when she was just the mom, but then worked really well when she became the demon. Just kind of her angles of her face,
Yeah.
I thought were really interesting. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was really good casting.
Her expressions were really,
really
striking.
Good. Yeah, that was cool. So
Uh,
she gets possessed,
Yes.
and the movie
And then the movie
Chaos
ends.
ensues.
and
chaos
that's
ensues.
it.
Hilarity unfolds.
That's when it gets hilarious.
So now we're in survival mode.
My
And
favorite mode.
Bodies
these
are
movies.
dropping left
Like
and right.
Dead,
Flies.
rising.
Being thrown left and right.
Yeah, that. Let's see. I don't want to get out of order here, but pretty much once she comes back to the apartment, and then a lot of really just disgusting and gross things happens with her.
And then she leaves the bathroom, and then stuff goes
And
crazy.
then that whole bathroom sequence where she's crawling over the wall and ceiling and
Oh, that
dropping
was
back
so
in the
cool.
tub. And
Is it around here, or I think it's after, just before we get like the peephole?
the people's
The
after
people's
she's
after,
thrown
yeah.
in the
Oh, okay.
hallway.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
haven't gotten there yet. There's a lot of intensity.
Yeah. So you get
Before
introduced
we,
to the other tenants in that
Yes.
floor.
The boys.
You got shotgun,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, with the
And,
Doritos.
the
with the
boys reminded me of you guys.
Yeah, we're in the movie, and then Sam's like, that's you and Frank. Like, that is not us.
Not saying like appearance wise. I'm saying what you guys were talking about. which was-
Again, that's not us. Oh, it totally is. I know.
Who bought the box set? You both.
No one knows what you're. No one knows who you're
What
looking at.
box set?
The Friday the 13th box set.
Oh, I have
I
it.
didn't buy it.
I have it. The Arrow, the one from Shot Factory.
Oh, it's not me.
I have it.
Look
I
at
have
him.
priorities.
Don't you
bought some-
physically have it?
No, I don't.
What do you have?
I bought Pokemon cards. Okay, I have priorities.
Anyway.
So we saw Evil Dead Rise.
Yes. So
And we are in Act 2. Yeah.
yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
we're
so.
in Act
Yes.
2 for sure, because once she gets possessed, we're going into Act 2 for sure.
Yeah. Act
Yeah.
2. It kind of sounds like Nick 2.
I don't want to get ahead of myself,
The incantation.
but I have questions about
I
how
know.
these possessions get transferred to other people.
Uh-huh.
I was also
Bodily
had
fluids.
questions about that with the other Evil Dead 2013 we saw. Is it just fluids
Yeah.
that
'Cause-
just suddenly if I fluid you, you're now
Because
part of
13
me?
I
was
think it's like a
also
general
bodily
presence.
It
fluids.
was, but
That-
I've never
Or
been
blood.
clear.
It's like a present that just kind of takes you.
Yeah, you know what I was
Not
thinking
for the
about?
13, no.
I was thinking about that too. I don't know if it's like laid out in the lore, but it does kind of, I guess, set up the idea that the spirit or demon needs to like break down some kind of barrier of some sort with a person before taking them, and I feel like physical violence is like the fastest way, and then once it sees an end, it just slips in because it's kind of what happens with all the people in the movie, the ones that get possessed. Like there's something that kind of starts pushing them, and that's when the demon's like, oh, I can slip in here.
Particularly in this movie,
Yeah.
because in the one we saw before, that's not how it all worked. In this movie, it had a sort of a different morphing effect, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like all those people that the demon, quote, killed or did in, turned into demons themselves.
Yeah.
And almost, for a moment, felt almost zombie-ish, but
Yeah.
actually became something even far more grotesque.
A deadite.
It what?
They're called deadites.
I don't think you've noticed every time you say zombie, he's been saying deadite. It's just like the 10th time
I
he
have
said
not
it.
noticed it
Yeah,
either.
no, I'm
What?
sitting next
You're
to
like,
him.
I'm sitting next
Yeah.
to him.
Is
So.
that a
I
real
hear it.
thing, or is that like?
Yeah, they're called
Yeah,
deadites.
that's what they're called.
Or is that like vinyl?
Vinyl's a real thing.
You said vinyls.
Yeah, you said vinyls
I
are
said
a real thing.
vinyl's a real thing.
Roll
You
it
said
back.
You said
Vinyl.
vinyl is a real thing.
Yeah, like vinyl's a real thing.
You
Like
said it
vinyl
again.
is. Like I'm not
No,
like
you said it. You
vinyls.
said vinyls. You said it.
So, lots of bloody stuff happens in the second act.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wait.
One by one. What?
Really quick. So when the mom,
Okay, you're done.
sorry,
Just get.
when the mom got possessed, threw up, fainted, or died, they took the mom to the bedroom, and then she does the whole like eye popping, whatever.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then the voicemail came on, and then she spoke through the voicemail. How'd you guys feel about that?
I thought that was cool.
You thought so?
Yeah, I
I
like.
don't know.
I don't want to sound fucked up, but I like when possession stuff gets personal and the demons are like.
Sorry, I don't know why
I'm
that
gonna
was
stop
so
speaking.
funny.
I like it. I think it's a really cool, like,
A nice touch.
yeah, nice touch. It's very messed up, but I think it's very effective.
It is kind of spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Not that I loved it and enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it was effective. Is what I meant.
Okay. Hey, buddy, what'd you think?
I was getting my notes. Sorry, no, I wasn't saying no. I thought the voice.
I thought that. Dan, what did you think about the voicemail
Dan
in
does
particular?
not like this. He's bringing back memories of.
I feel like you're talking about when they get personal. That was The Exorcist did that too. That's kind of a devil thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I
where
hadn't
they-
seen The Exorcist.
Where they kind of play into your psyche and just get personal, like
Yeah.
personally insult you in a really
Yeah, that's what The Exorcist
in a
did
really
do that.
disgusting way.
You're
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Mommy's with the maggots.
Yeah.
What did you call me?
Hey, Frank,
waiting for
I
you.
won't, and I will never call you mommy. I said mommy's with the maggots, and he was like, "What did you call me?"
Why are you repeating? I know what you said.
Because you looked at me weird.
Because you said mommy.
Yeah, I will
So-
never call you mommy.
I do like, and that's an aspect that's really amplified with the Evil Dead series. I feel like the main Deadite in each movie does everything they can to get underneath the skin of whoever. Like
Literally.
they're literally like, yes, literally whoever they're targeting in that moment. And I think that's one of the strengths of this movie, in that at least for me, it felt a little more harrowing than it did in 2013 because
Really?
only because the personal connections I feel are a lot
Okay,
stronger
you're right.
here.
The family aspect.
Yeah. So in that aspect, it was more of like I don't want them to turn. In
I don't know.
2013, I was like, yes, please.
In 2013,
Use the turkey cutter.
In 2013, other
Plug
than
it in.
Plug
yeah, in 2013, other than Mia, it's like I didn't really care about anyone.
I was going to
Yeah.
say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I think
I
in
don't
this
know.
movie you inherently care more because it's a family unit. It's
Right.
brothers and sisters. It's mom. It's aunt. Whether they do a good job of developing that or not, you still inherently, or for me, you inherently care more about the family aspect. Whereas in 2013, it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care who dies in this movie.
I don't know.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, and plus I wanted the guy who cut the barbed wire and continued to make it. And that's the other thing. They do it, and then they spend a lot of time not telling you they did it.
Yeah.
Son did the same thing.
I didn't do
Gee,
it. For what,
I
I'm
don't
sorry?
understand what's going on. The son, he did the same thing as the teacher
You don't
guy
see
in
anything.
2003.
He's, like,
They
hiding the
don't
book.
like fess up right away.
Yeah.
I probably did something I shouldn't have, and we should all be aware of the fact that there's a
I mean,
fucking demon in our house now.
if you think about it,
Deadite.
though, like,
Did you say? Damn
He
it,
said Dan.
I said Danite. Deadite.
Danite.
Danite.
I forgot what I was going to say.
The trope of
No, you were-
not telling somebody
Yeah,
that you
were
did
gonna-
something
Right,
You were
bad.
going to
If-
defend that decision.
Yeah, it's like if you killed someone, aren't
But-
you gonna be like,
They didn't kill anybody.
I'm just saying, like, if you put yourself in their shoes, it's kind of like, ooh, if I fess up, they're going to be mad at me.
Sam, I haven't and will never. Okay? Stop asking.
My parents are gonna be so mad at me.
Where was that from?
Yeah, it's you know what? It's one of those.
You're right. You're right about that. But it's like it's weird. I mean, when you see these movies so close together,
It sticks out.
and you just see all these formulas just happening again. I felt like when I was watching this movie, although I will, and as we talk into it, there were things I really liked more about this movie. I think partly because of what we were talking about, sort of setting and everything. But as you start seeing, oh, they did that in the other movie. This is like a formula thing they're doing.
Yeah.
That guy just did the book. He's not confessing.
Yeah.
Son opens the record. He's not confessing. We're doing the exact same, and we're slowly watching the demon
It's
slowly become the demon that's going to
Yes.
eventually kill everybody.
I just
It's
thought
like
of
we're watching a series.
No, but you know what I mean. Like
franchise.
if there's 5 or 6 years between them, your brain doesn't
I was gonna
register
say-
it the same way as when you see them back to back.
I feel like we did the same thing with Scream,
Absolutely.
but I feel like it was more tiring with Scream. But maybe it was because you and I, we've seen it back to back.
To back to back.
Well, we're not watching 6 Evil Dead movies in a month.
Yeah, I felt like
we
I-
did watch
I
6
liked-
Scream movies.
I like that it was formulaic and you can like
Let's
pinpoint.
never speak of that again.
Don't ever talk about Scream again.
Continue, Sam. I'm
I
so sorry.
don't fucking know at this point.
Okay.
I'm so unhinged today. I can't.
Good.
I don't know. Keep going.
No, I think that's part of it though. It's just seeing them so close together.
Yeah.
There's a very specific formula.
But it's fun when you're
Very
able to pinpoint it.
Very specific.
Back to formula.
Back to formula. Anyway, yes, very specific formula jumps out at you. That is one thing that I heard criticisms on was
What?
that the not the formula in particular, but the one of the ingredients, aka the children, that some people felt kind of like made this movie a little toothless. I don't think I would agree.
Toothless?
I don't agree with that.
I don't know what that means.
Like
To the-
less willing to go to extremes.
Because you can't
And I don't-
torture the kids too much.
but I mean they kind
they
of did
died.
anyway. Yeah, so I don't.
Yeah, they did in the little girl.
I mean, the
I
cheese
think-
grater.
I think it
But
did
the
it-
teenagers, they definitely got
they
theirs.
deserved it. Well, sorry.
I don't think
Wow.
she did anything wrong. He
We-
did,
Like,
for
that's the
sure.
do
thing,
you
like-
have with
like, can I-
non-binary
Dan,
people?
Played
Can
the
I-
freaking
Yeah.
record.
I think it did it well,
Well,
where it's like
I'm
obviously
kidding,
like it's
I'm
Evil
kidding.
Dead, they're not gonna have a good time. But I feel like it did the line where it was like, yeah, you had kids, they died, they're gonna, but it was never like it didn't feel ever like they crossed the line or that it was ever like they went too far. It was just plain torture. I never felt that with the kids in this one. I feel like they did it right. So I don't agree. I don't think it made it toothless. Like
Yeah, no,
I think they did a really good job at handling that.
maybe they wanted something more extreme. I thought it was good. I thought it was fine.
I didn't think
They-
it was mean spirited.
They,
Sorry, Frank. I
What?
keep cutting you off.
no, yeah, no, you're fine. Don't do it again though. I think they did as good of a job as they could have done with that aspect, with the gore aspect.
I don't. I feel like it wasn't. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't think it went there.
No,
No.
oh, so you're one of those people.
There's
went-
two
what-
of us.
what? Hang
Because
on.
I feel like 2013. I don't want to compare. I feel like 2013 hit it harder.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think also just I feel like it was too. They used too many like effects that I didn't feel like. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not grossed out. I feel like with the 2013, I was more grossed out with like the electric carver and all those things. I'm just like, ugh.
The
Well, this
cheek
one-
still gets me. From
I'm-
2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then like with this one, it's like the tattoo gun. I was like, okay, whatever. And the
Yeah.
eyeball.
I just never felt,
or her like sorry, like swallowing the glass shards. I'm just like, okay.
yeah, it never. I don't know. Like and even in like 2013, you had like the raining blood and
I mean,
all
this
of
one
that.
also had that in a
little
way.
bit, but I'm just
There
saying
was
like.
plenty of blood in this
Well,
movie.
I'm not saying blood. I just feel. I don't know. Like I
There's a
said,
freaking elevator filling up with blood.
that was in
That
The
was
Shining.
cool.
Yes, that was The Shining. I was going to not say that, but
Well,
go
you
ahead.
just made me say it. You said bloody elevator.
Don't you mean shinning?
The shinning, like when I hit. That's when I hit my
Okay.
shin on the
Alright,
table. I don't
okay.
know.
I did like that shot.
So,
What
I
shot?
mean, is it
The
an
elevator
homage
shot.
or just
Oh,
a
yeah.
ripoff? I was trying to
It's
figure
an
out
homage.
which. I mean, we call it an homage because that makes it us feel
That's an
okay about
excuse.
doing it.
It's
'Cause
like
to
those,
me, it was
yeah.
just like,
you know what it is.
we've seen this.
You know what it's
whatever.
like, Dan.
I mean, again, I don't care. I mean, I didn't care. Meaning, like, it didn't like
I
it didn't hurt the movie for me. I didn't go, oh. Well,
I think
you
it was
would've done that.
effective because I think it's an homage for sure, but I think as a scene that serves the film, I think it worked too because it's the only reason why they escaped that floor anyway.
True.
You know
Because
what
remember the elevator is not working at that point. The elevator fills up with all that blood, and then the blood itself kind of cushions them from that crash. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Had they only thrown that in there just to be a reference to The Shining, I would have
would've-
felt differently. But
I didn't think about that.
I think
yeah.
it was smart.
This has not as much meaning anymore because Frank defended it and it works. Because I was gonna say, you were like, oh, when you're saying like, oh, homage is just an excuse, like a ripoff. It's almost like when you're like, when you see the like people driving and they just like park where they shouldn't be parking, but they're like, oh, it's okay though because I hit my emergency lights, my park anywhere button. So you know what I mean? So it just justifies it. It's like, no, it's okay. I have my emergency lights on, my hazard lights. It's okay. I can park wherever I want.
It's a gridlock zone, of course.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah,
So I just want to be clear though. So I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. So Sam
Don't do
and
it then.
Travis, you are saying you liked 13 because it was more disgusting than this one?
Or it was
I mean-
more like effective.
Yeah, I feel like it was like.
Effective in what way?
I feel like
Grossed out?
Yeah, like grossed
So
out.
you yearning and longing for more gross outs.
Yes, I'm sick.
Okay,
I'm a
if you-
sick guy.
I'm trying to frame this so I can.
You're framing it like
launch.
we're weird.
Well,
Is
you're
this an
sick people.
evaluation?
It
Is this a
comes
psychiatric?
out,
That's why you're here.
It does sound a little odd to me. Like, well, it just wasn't disgusting and gross enough for me. I
That's
needed
a
more
good-
of
Coming
that.
from if looking at your aspect, yes, I can see that's being weird. But like for us, we've seen a lot, and it's just like, it's not up to the standards
No,
that
no,
we've
I've
not
seen
not
heads
impressed.
get cut off before. I
In
need
real
something
life.
more. No, I know. I'm not. I'm actually not making fun of you. I'm just trying to clarify. Honestly, that's what I'm trying to do. 'Cause
I'm not making fun
for
of you,
me,
but
I look
I'm
at
not
these
making fun of you, but
movies and
you're
I go,
gross.
I really don't need any of this to happen.
Yeah.
So
I think it's because
I'm-
Evil Dead as a franchise has set this
Standard?
expectation
Yeah.
of extreme gore. Not extreme, but like
enough to
you
like
know mainstream extreme gore.
Yeah.
I never went.
Yeah. I get it, but at the same time, I think I was placated just by the atmosphere and other stuff like the shots and the tension. I thought was really good. So I see where it's not as gory as 2013. 2013 has its place for me as like this really gritty, disgusting experience that I
Right.
really love putting myself through. But I really do enjoy Rise as its own like flavor of Evil Dead.
Yeah,
but I get what you guys are saying. You're not. Well, I mean, you are sick, but I get it.
Okay.
wow.
You're sick, but that's besides
I
the point.
get that you're sick.
That's
That's okay.
besides the point.
We still accept you, but just don't say it.
Just
So,
don't leave me in a room alone with
Evil
you.
Dead 2013. She takes the chainsaw and cuts the devil in half, right? Or
Yes.
the demon or the
After
deadite.
she cuts her arm off.
Yeah, what? Well,
She
that,
rips her
that's
arm
a
off,
whole
yeah.
other thing. She rips her own
So
arm
we're
off.
talking about Evil Dead Rise,
But
Dan.
anyway, in this one, it's in that metal crusher. I'm trying to remember. That's how they got rid
It's
of
like
the
a wood chipper,
Yeah, it's
in
Yeah.
the basement
which
of
is weird.
an
Like, why is
abandoned
it
apartment
there?
building.
yeah.
I don't want to miss out though. I don't want to jump around too much. I don't want to miss out on the
Bring it up.
gigantic monster thing that ended up being that they were fighting at the end, where they all sort of became like, what do you even
hybrid.
call that? A hybrid, or they're
It's
all
it's
like,
the,
We're
it's
just
the,
gonna
no,
attach ourselves
to each
it's those things.
They have
No.
to.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like we missed the peephole conversation.
we did.
Oh yeah, we did. Huh?
We're jumping
let's
around
go.
a little bit.
But let's talk about the peephole.
The people.
Yeah. Oh, peephole. Yes.
Go ahead.
No. I think
haven't-
Travis
oh.
needs
Oh,
to.
I
yeah,
was just gonna say,
Travis
I
hasn't
haven't
talked this whole
seen-
time. Go ahead,
No.
I
Travis.
haven't seen something not like an apartment shot that cool since I probably watched like The Raid Redemption.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Or I don't know. I just thought it was like it's.
Now you're
No,
speechless.
I'm saying I think it's because it's like it's a creative shot
Yes.
that I don't think is like distracting in any way, and I don't feel
Are we
like
talking about the people?
yeah, the people.
Very good.
I don't. It's very creative because it's just taking a whole like something we see so many times, but it's showing us in a way we've never seen, where it's not trying to be like too artsy. It's not
Yeah.
distracting in any way. It's very cool.
I think it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
I think it works because it's very restrictive,
yes.
and you are forced into this box, and then you see you hear actions going on, And like if it's a regular scene, you can look around and you can kind of like get scared by jump scares. But this one, you're focused and the jump scares come to you, and you're just like, oh shit, I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I think the restrictiveness of it, and just
it's
we've
like
all looked through those
claustrophobic.
peepholes,
Mm-hmm.
so we all know the world we're looking into when we see that. And I thought they did a really good job with that. I thought that was really cool.
Agreed.
I agree as well.
So
I
now we're
agree too
talking
as well.
about.
Can we talk about things we don't agree on now?
So
'Cause
now we're gonna
that
talk.
was boring.
So now we're gonna talk. So now we're gonna talk about what Dan found under his house that was crawling around in this movie.
It was a skunk.
So I'm just gonna start off by saying I think that creature thing. So it reminded me of any like sci-fi movie you watch, or any like movie with like a lab, or like Resident Evil
On USA
where-
Network.
No, or USA Network. Anytime like they go into a room and they see like one of their friends, that's
Aw.
always like,
Tusk.
kill me, kill me, like end me.
No, you know what it
It
reminds
was
me of?
with Color Out of Space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
He just took the
are,
words right out of
are
my mouth.
you
He doesn't let him
saying,
talk.
because I'm going to say
Literally.
what I did, are you saying you kind of thought that was funny?
It was
I
a
thought
little
it was
bit.
freaking goofy.
I liked
Honestly,
it though. I
when
thought
I
it was
saw
super
it,
cool.
did.
I kind of started laughing, going,
Well,
oh,
you are
this
the-
is
hey,
freaking
Dan.
So
goofy.
maybe you're the sick one.
Dan, yeah, you're the sick one now.
But it was like,
look at me. Look at me.
what?
You're the
I
sick
mean,
one
I'm
now.
not saying, I'm not going to judge it for being good or bad. I
He has
just,
a
for me,
punchline
it
he
just,
wants to
go
say.
ahead.
No, it's over.
Say it now, say it.
No, it's over.
We've stopped.
I thought it was really funny.
So say it. I can't wait to hear it.
No, you missed it.
Say it again.
It's over. I was gonna
You guys
say.
are getting intense.
I don't get it. I was gonna say.
Like when I go camping.
That's not funny.
You're right.
Why
it's
would you
not,
say
it's
that?
not funny.
We're just trying to do a serious podcast.
So what did you say?
No, I was just saying with Sam. I was like, yeah, you're sick. I don't know. You're the sick one. I don't know.
You
It's
do
the
know.
moment
Oh,
you
It's
I
hit
heard that. That's not funny.
Yeah,
You know what is funny though?
That's a
I don't
serious
know. It
accusation.
suddenly felt like this very like invasion of the body snatchers sort of.
Cronenberg. It was very like
sort of
Cronenberg-y.
1950s. No, it felt
Cronenberg.
almost 50s. Like this sort of like, oh, they're all just one. You know, the head of one, the body
like
of
The
the other.
Blob.
Yeah. Well, no, it was like literally like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's a good movie. Well, there's a
Which
few
one?
versions. The one I think is the best is the one that was made in the
With Nicole Kidman, yes.
the mid 80s with Donald Sutherland.
I was gonna say that's the only one I know is
That's
the Donald
actually a
Sutherland
really
one.
good movie. That's the one we could think about doing. It's really, really
It's
good.
on HBO Max.
Really good.
Max.
Anyway, so as I did sort of laugh, I thought, oh, am I supposed to think this is kind of funny and over the top, or am I
You're
supposed
sick.
to actually go, oh my god? Because I really just thought it was funny.
I feel like you are supposed to feel in a certain sense that it is over the top.
Yeah, good.
But I thought it was like entertaining over
Yeah.
the top. Like
no,
I thought it was
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
silly, but also kind of like uncomfortable.
Believable.
It was
Yeah.
like it was like a very much like a final boss.
Yeah.
Yes,
it very
yes,
much
I got
felt
that
like
feeling.
the
I
final
wasn't-
boss at
yeah.
the end of the.
It didn't take me out. It's kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll go along with it.
It's. I was almost waiting to be like, oh, are we gonna have to like shoot this out of the airlock? You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it went in the oddly placed wood chipper in the basement of the
You know,
apartment
lots
building.
of people fall in wood chippers.
What a joke.
It was a wood chipper accident, actually.
So
Cool,
yeah.
we're done.
Final
So-
thoughts.
Are we?
No, we're not. We're not.
No, so we
'Cause I
didn't
have
exactly
I
set
have-
up this
yeah.
moment, but basically the only two survivors are the sister, the roadie sister, and
The aunt
The
and
young
the niece.
niece.
the
Yeah.
niece, the
The
youngest one. Stephanie couldn't make it.
I love Stephanie.
Yes.
Aw.
She didn't go to a protest either.
And I just,
She couldn't make it.
I think they did survive. The aunt is the one that did in the whatever you
The
want to call that
abomination thing. The
And
final boss.
my question is, where were they going when they left? She's holding the chainsaw and they're walking out of the basement. Where are we going?
We'll
To the
find
police
out.
station to explain it.
To
because
explain all the dead bodies and the
Yes.
blood all over
Covered
the
in
building?
blood. Mhm.
Listen, this is gonna sound crazy, but just look out the window. You see that thing crawling around?
And they lived happily ever after.
Aw.
Actually, no.
Oh.
So we didn't talk about the cold open.
Because
we
the
did
cold
not.
opening was actually a big old wraparound.
Yes, it was.
Which I
actually-
loved.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I did. I will say I was very grateful for it because when they did the cold opening, my first thought was, what the hell's, how does this connect to anything? And then I thought, they're going to have to pay this off at the end. They can't just do this because it had nothing to do with what we just saw. Yeah.
Remember when previous one I told you about the scalp ripping thing? How did it go?
I squinted.
Did you enjoy the scalping?
No.
Oh man, I know ticket
didn't-
prices are ridiculous.
I think I'm just ignoring you. I think that
Many people do.
I think the thought of it was even more disgusting than what I actually saw. Meaning, when she was doing it, I was like going back to, oh yeah, Sam warned me about this. So I was kind of like doing the squint, not really look. But then when she came out in the dock and like fell and you
Yeah.
actually saw the head,
And she threw
I
the
was like,
drone?
oh man,
With the drone, yeah.
man,
So
That was the best
while
gore.
we're talking,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
out
was
of the
pretty
whole
fun.
movie.
that was some nasty gore.
Well,
but I
And
will say,
also that title drop.
oh, it was
Love
awesome.
The title.
Perfect.
Yeah, with one of the best title drops I've ever seen.
Agreed.
yeah, it was really
Yeah,
good.
but since we're talking about this, and I'm not getting too ahead. So they were talking about the
I don't think
director.
We're at the end.
I've
I don't
already
know.
I'm
finished
saying,
the story.
The wrap
no,
around.
I'm saying I'm not.
Travis,
yeah, the
we
wrap
finished
around.
it.
I know. I'm just saying they had an interview with the director Lee Cronin.
Berg.
Huh? No, and he was saying, how it's cool, like, and Bruce Campbell even said, like, the way they set it up now, because they have the 3 books, they can, like, just do any kind of story. It's just, like, insert book here. But so I was kind of excited about that, but I guess the director was talking, and he was saying that, like, he has a few ideas for a sequel. So it's like, okay, this is cool. But I feel like with the sequel they pitched, I think was the least interesting one. They were like, yeah, because we hinted at the beginning, like with the wraparound, they're like, we can make a whole movie out of that. And I was
Ooh,
like,
no,
I
don't do
don't
that.
want to see that.
Yeah.
But
That's not.
we have a loose demon out there in the
but
cabin.
we don't need to know. It's okay.
But
like
we have one.
that's
I'm not saying we have to make a
fine.
movie about it, but that's
It's always the notion of
that
like,
was
yeah.
never wrapped up. No, that
we
wasn't
don't-
killed and put back in its
No,
place.
we get what you mean. He's trying to say that where we are now, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
they're gonna.
Yeah, you don't have to do
explore
that.
it,
I
yeah.
agree. We don't need that movie. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying we.
Yeah.
I feel like in the 2013 when we put the demon back,
Yes,
Yeah.
we
In
the
did.
bottle.
we did not put this one back. This one
No.
just moved to the girl who moved to the cabin.
Which I kind of like, because it was very much like it was kind of like the typical like 80s slasher or like monster movie where it's like they think it's dead and then it kind of does like the eyes open up or it comes out of the basement or it's like hanging onto the back of the truck. It's like, oh no, it's not dead.
You mean like the dog whose eyes turn red at the very end as they're driving down to Miami, Florida?
The eyes turn yellow, yeah.
Ye-
The
it-
thriller.
It's red, but
I know. I'm trying to give too much. I gotta leave some mystery to that.
okay.
So I will say one thing I really liked about that opening. Sorry, going back to the opening, is the usage of the book when she's reading the book and the possessed cousin
reads along.
starts. Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah,
And she's like, "Wait, you are reading along."
And what I thought was
Very
super cool too, it got a good laugh out of me. It was a cheap laugh, but I thought it was funny. And usually I don't like when movies do this, but I thought it was funny where in the beginning you had like the typical like Evil Dead shot, like the
Oh, yeah,
tracking
the
shot.
tracking,
And it was like, oh no, it's the guy's drone.
Yeah.
I like that. I got a laugh out of it. I
That
thought
was
it was
cute.
funny.
Yeah, it got a pretty
was like-
good reception in the audience. Okay, not.
No, that was
No,
the
I got it.
no, but and like I was so frank, I gotta just bring it up again because
No.
coolest title card ever.
Oh yeah.
One of the
Yes.
absolute best.
The music, the
I'm,
way that
I'm gonna
the
repeat that, but say it louder. The title card.
Did
So
it?
cool.
Oh, that title card was great, wasn't it?
So
Sean
cool.
Bean. Sean Bean. Golden
That was
Eye.
actually Sean Bean.
Travis, did you like the title card?
I'm moving on. So,
Okay.
anyways, did anyone else order the vinyl for the soundtrack?
No, I don't. I'm
Oh,
okay.
you know I did.
I did.
yeah.
He has 2 thumbs up
Have
and a
I
cheesy
gotta
smile.
show it to you.
Oh, okay, yeah,
No,
yeah.
it looks beautiful. I ordered it before I even saw
Was
the
it
movie.
Mondo or was it?
It's Mondo, yes.
Is it the one with the blood?
Yeah, and
In
it's
there?
the elevator buttons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll show you.
He shows you now.
I think I'll show you now.
So I was gonna say
I don't have any Evil Dead vinyls, so I can't.
talking about all this.
I'm not
sort
gonna
of-
show you anymore.
Dan, continue.
Talking about all this blood and violence and grotesqueness.
My favorite.
I found myself in this movie because, as we talked earlier on, watching a movie in an actual movie theater is a very different experience than watching it in your living room. I found at the beginning of the movie, or maybe even the first half or more of the movie, a lot of squinting looking away, trying to sort of time it so I could kind of get it, but not have to really fully just. By the end of the movie, I was just staring at it.
You were numb.
I was so desensitized by the last 20 minutes of the movie. I just
the chainsaw.
stared and just watched the entire
Yeah.
thing and
That's
never
great.
squinted.
We got you there.
But I also felt just kind of dead inside. You know,
That's-
I wasn't scared anymore. I
Two
wasn't
birds, one
like
stone.
feeling
That's
any
great.
Yeah.
like emotion. I was just like, oh, look at that.
A new Dan
Look
emerges.
at that grotesqueness going on that isn't even gross to me anymore.
That's cool.
I knew you'd like that.
Ew.
But
That's a cool
I'm glad.
vinyls.
I'm glad that we could destroy your soul just a little bit further today.
Just take my soul and stomp on it, chew it up, spit it out, and
Put
throw
it
it on
through
the
a-
flames.
Leave it with the
Cheese
maggots.
grater.
Yes, also that. That's great.
I'm
So,
trying to find. Yes, go ahead.
do you have anything else to say about the movie, or have you covered your,
I think,
your
honestly,
thoughts?
I guess if I was going to do, are we at final thoughts? Do we feel
I feel
good
like
about
I'm
it?
ready for
I'm
final
ready
thoughts.
for I got some final thoughts.
I mean, I will say this. I would like to sort of divide my thoughts into two levels, and I'll explain myself.
He's gonna have his own podcast for this one.
I think, and maybe you guys don't agree, but I feel like for fans of this kind of movie, I feel like it was probably very satisfying and very well done. Although you guys have intimated that maybe
Okay, you
it
need to
was
bring it up.
not.
Wait for-
enough. I'm talking
wait for
about
my turn,
Travis and
please.
Sam. But I'm just saying, I feel like looking at this movie from trying to look at it from a fan's point of view, that this was probably a really fun and not fun, but, a cool and satisfying movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I can appreciate that. Being somebody who does not like these kinds of movies, it makes it a lot harder for me. I try to look at it and go, okay, did it accomplish, its storytelling? Did it accomplish? And then I say, yeah, it did. I mean, I don't look at this story and go, well, no, that took a left turn I cannot accept. Or that leap, I'm not with you.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't ever really do that. Part of it is because we accept sort of the formulas of these movies, and you have to. I don't care if it's a musical, I don't care if it's a slasher, a whatever kind of genre you're doing, you have to accept certain formulas within that genre. So, because that's the way it is. So I look at this movie and I think that it seems to me like they did a really good job. I just don't like these kind of movies. So I can't give it a high score.
That's bias.
It is bias. And it's just hard for me to, So so my scoring for my personal feelings of watching this movie, I give it a 2. Stop making these damn movies out of 5.
Well, it made
Or stop making me watch these movies is probably a better way.
it's
to put
made
it.
over 100 million worldwide. So.
I know.
So you're gonna get more.
That's a thumbs up. So that justifies it for you. Are you going to do that with every movie?
No,
if
I'm
it
saying
makes
they're
a
not.
lot of money, that means it's a good movie.
What was the last thing
what
you
the
said?
hell's wrong
what
with
was
you,
the
dude?
last thing you said? What was the last thing you said?
Stop making me watch these kind of movies.
Oh, you said stop
Oh.
making.
I know, but I misread it. I
See,
meant
that's your
stop
fault.
making. What was your final thoughts,
Okay,
Trav Butthead?
Dance hole.
No, I actually right here, just to defend myself. Ooh, what's that? Hang on. You can start, and then I'll show you.
All right. I actually,
No, that's not it. Hang on.
I actually kind of agree
Can you
with
hold
Dan a
on 1
lot
second?
in this
no,
one.
you don't. Read it.
You just wrote that on your phone.
No, I did not. Read it.
This is Dan's words. Hi, I'm Roger Garland.
No.
Stop making me watch these movies out of 5.
Thank you. That's what I meant to say.
No, what I mean
Can
though
you clean
is
this up
I
in
think what
editing,
you're
please?
saying is
No.
no. Dan, I think what I agree with what you're saying, where it's taking the familiar tropes with the series, and it's okay. Sorry. So what I liked about this movie is I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna be blunt. I liked it. I didn't think it was great. I liked it. I was fine with it. I think they did a good job with it. I think what I really liked about it is, Frank, you brought this up in Scream, where you
Don't
said,
blame me.
No, where you said, hey, this franchise kind of doesn't need Sydney anymore. With me, I was like, hey, this franchise We don't need to be in the forest anymore. We don't need the cabin anymore. I think what it did was it said, okay, what does an Evil Dead movie have? It has a book. The book gets read. You have deadites. Just generally, no one's having a good time in any of this, right?
What's a deadite? What are
You have to have a lot of blood.
That's the first
What?
time I heard of it.
You have to have a lot of blood. I think it took all the ingredients for an Evil Dead movie, and I think it did well. It just was like, hey, let's take all of these, just bring them to a whole new location.
With a little teaspoon of this.
Yeah, a little bit of this.
tablespoon of that.
Yeah.
A couple of vinyls.
Lightly mix it.
And
Pour into a pan.
Is this how
and
you
bake at 350 for 20 minutes.
Is this how you all feel when I just start talking when you're
Yeah.
talking?
It took 30 episodes.
32. So and I think it did a really good job because for me it's like this is kind of what I want and what I like when we get sequels. Like I said, it's advancing, not advancing the story, but it's adding more layers onto something you have. You know what I mean? It's not just doing the same movie again.
Like an onion.
It's taking familiar elements. And that's why I'm going to defend this
Glass
movie
onion.
till the end of the time, which now people are going to like more. I really like Halloween Season of the Witch.
How did we make this left turn?
But did it really? It changed the location. It didn't change anything else.
Well,
It was still the exact same formula.
that's what
So
I'm
I
saying.
don't think that's like a big eye-opening
You know
move
what I
for
think?
the series.
You know what
I
I
mean,
think-
no, I get what Travis is saying.
I
It's like,
I think it's
okay,
not your turn anymore.
trying to.
But thank you, Sam.
No.
Let's go. Go. Unleash the Sam.
No, I explain which. No, it just changed the location.
No, I think it's
it didn't
refreshing.
open up anything.
I'm just saying.
No,
it's,
I
I'm
think-
saying it's. Oh,
I feel like the forest. It was the character in the OG and then the 2013. Now it's the building. That is the new character, and it's refreshing because now you get a new outlook of how it's formulaic, but it's in a new perspective.
Gotcha.
yes.
Well, when you say it, it makes sense.
Thank you.
You know when I say things, they don't make sense
No, we
often.
we
You
know.
gotta listen to the episode a couple times.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
yeah.
No, it's true.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, no, because I mean we've seen it a little bit before. Because Dan, you're never gonna watch it, but the Evil Dead TV show Ash vs. Evil Dead, it kind of strayed a little bit out of the cabin, and I think it's fun. And I guess what I'm saying is like, hey, you can like make Evil Dead movies like without being in a cabin, like.
But isn't Army of Darkness an Evil Dead movie?
Yes,
That was like its
but
own thing.
this is yes, it
like
is.
full on comedy.
But yeah, like I say, when I first saw Army of Darkness, because that was actually the first Evil Dead movie I saw, I had no idea it was Evil Dead 3.
Wait, sorry. Did you say you saw that first?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I saw I saw it when I was really little, and I actually thought it was a fever dream for the longest time.
He saw it right after The Exorcist.
Probably double feature, science fiction.
Now it explains a lot.
But I feel like I'm taking a long time, like I usually do.
I want to go.
No.
That's all right. This is fun.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, but no, and like I said, I think I'm not gonna say that again. But I'm going to give it. I'm going to modify my score. I'm going to modify my item a little bit because I have had such a fun conversation with you all. You all are my friends. We're having
Travis,
fun.
get to the
I know.
freaking point.
I'm going to give it like 3. I'm going to give it 3 Sean Beans looking through a peephole.
That's funny.
No, 3 Sean Beans looking out of a reverse peephole out of 5. There was a little bit of
What do
Seinfeld
you
in there
see-
for you.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
What is you don't see anything in the reverse peephole, right? If I look in a reverse outside in, I don't
It's
see
just-
anything.
Well, no, that's
Hella
the thing. Is the
magnified.
people outside can now look into you, but
no,
you.
but I'm saying when Mama's she's not actually
No,
seeing.
she doesn't see
No.
much
Because you
at
can't
all.
see anything.
No.
Yeah, okay, good.
I want to go after Travis because he said everything I wanted to say. So yes, that.
But you're gonna say it in 5 words.
Yeah. I watched it 3 times. The first time I liked it and I thought I liked it more than 2013. Second time I was like, wait, actually, I prefer the 2013. Not because I'm a weirdo. I just liked it more.
That's fair.
But I feel like I was comparing it a lot with 2013, and I felt myself going, I liked how they did in the other one. But overall, I enjoyed it. What Travis said, I will give it 3.2 titty sucking parasites out of 5.
Oh.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
Thank you.
that's
Congratulations
that's
on being a mother.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
But no,
You psycho. What is
psycho
it?
killer.
I'm not a groupie, you psycho.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sam's gonna. Frank's gonna tell us why we're all wrong.
okay. So you're wrong because I said so. I really enjoy the movie. I'm not gonna score it low, but there's some little hiccups here and there, things that I didn't completely buy into. Yes, it is a little formulaic and in that typical Evil Dead way, but I thought it was still fun. I really liked a lot of the shots, the music, the acting was on point. There's not really a lot that I can say, just because I loved it so much as an experience. Obviously, it's not a perfect film, but I didn't really look at it too much with a critical eye the times that I saw it.
You had fun.
I just had fun, yeah.
Yeah.
How many times
So-
have you seen it?
3 times.
Really?
How
Yeah.
about you,
I-
Travis?
I've only seen it once.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Whatever.
Well, if we do 6, that's 2.
2,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. That's we each saw it twice.
No, because there's
3,
4 of us.
6,
That's
7,
8.
8. No, it's twice.
No, yeah, no,
2,
6,
4, 6,
7,
8. We
8.
saw
Yeah,
it
my
twice.
math was right.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't
I did
understand the
only
math.
see it
Did you
once,
watch it in
so-
Dolby?
I did, yes. It was fun.
All A and C were full.
Did you watch it? Did you
Travis.
stream it one time?
Yes,
Okay.
twice.
Oh,
I
so
saw
you
once
saw
in
the
theaters,
theater once.
yeah.
Okay.
I saw it in theater twice.
Oh,
Congratulations.
good for you.
I'm just guessing, but I don't think I'll see it again. But
Uh-huh.
I can't
Oh,
say that
really?
for sure. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I
I'm
might
gonna
watch it tonight before I go to bed.
probably. Actually, yes. Once we're done, I'm gonna give it 3.75 Staffanies out of 5.
3.75.
Yeah,
I'm
because-
Casey Kasem.
What? Yeah. No, I liked it.
Before we
I'll do
go,
it again.
what did everyone think of the cinematography, real quick?
It was really
Because everyone
cool.
says it. I get that one of the things that people are saying. People are like, it was too dark.
I mean, it's a horror movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
I saw it just fine.
I
Yeah.
I thought it was fine, too.
I thought it was really good.
they were like, yeah, it's good, but you can't really see anything. I was like,
I saw
Open your
everything.
eyes,
Yeah,
scrub.
I wish I hadn't seen everything. I had
Oh.
no problem seeing everything. I thought it was cool. I thought the art direction was really good.
didn't you already have your final thoughts?
You just did.
He set him up.
I'm never speaking again.
Words,
After I say this.
words people wish I would say.
All right. Well, tune in next week.
What are we doing next week?
What are we doing
What's
next
our
week?
movie, Frank?
Oh no.
Oh.
I don't know.
We're doing. You're gonna love this, Dan. So the writer of Scream, Kevin
no.
Williamson,
Oh, Kevin Williamson.
did
I
Your
love
buddy.
that.
Your
he
buddy.
did another iconic '90s slasher
Oh,
franchise.
Can I
He
guess?
knows a couple
Yes.
things. He
Yes.
knows a couple
Oh.
things.
Is it Nightmare on Elm Street?
No.
No,
Okay.
that's
He
from the
knows a
80s.
couple things about what you
I
did.
know what you did last summer.
Yes,
Oh,
you
wow.
do know.
I've
The first
seen
time.
it. I can't wait to see it
Oh,
again.
Wait, Dan, the
Oh.
first time where he repeated things, it worked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's not encourage him.
Oh, sorry.
Travis.
Don't do
I'm
it
gonna
again.
tell you this. Dan and I one time wrote a parody of this movie. Story for next time.
I can't
shut
wait.
it
Is
down.
that true?
Yes.
Can't wait to hear that story.
When was the last time you saw it?
Okay, so to be fair, I saw the movie at somebody's house on whatever the format was at the time.
VHS.
This was probably DVD, right?
Probably
Early DVD. It was
early
like
DVD,
early
VHS. Yeah.
There were
DVD.
probably 5 or 6 of us watching it, and there was a lot of chatting going on.
So you didn't really.
So
I
Perfect.
did,
Background
I
noise.
did, but to be fair, it was really just, I need
Yeah.
to actually watch
Yeah,
the
this
movie.
is
Well, now you've seen a whole bunch of horror movies and slashers,
Yeah.
so you should.
Oh.
I
have
will
a-
tell you, I do really like the premise a lot.
Yeah.
I
And-
think it's a
and
really
before
cool
we go-
premise.
Another
very
thing.
fun.
As I remember it.
As I recall, it was
Another-
a horror film.
As I recall.
And also, it doesn't have too much of that meta movie stuff, so I think
Yeah.
Cool.
it'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see what
They-
you think of it now
They're
that
not going
you've
to
seen
chat
Scream.
about like scary movies and stuff.
No, only like for 20 minutes at the beginning, but then
Okay.
the rest
oh,
of
good.
it is.
Oh, good.
Another thing I
They
did.
don't stop in the middle of the movie and explain what's going on in their movie.
See, the thing
I
is-
think we're part of a franchise.
I see the thing. When you know this about someone, what they did last summer, you got to go with this rule.
Is the sequel called I Still Know What You
Yeah.
Did
Yes,
Last
it
Summer?
is.
it is.
And then
God,
part
you
3
gotta
is I'll
love that.
always know.
Oh, there's 3 of them?
Yeah.
It's like the
Yes.
Die Hard movies, right?
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard, Die Harder, Die Hardest.
Yes.
Yeah. I rewatched the other day Bride of Chucky.
Okay.
Now the original is called not Chucky. It's
Child's
called
Play.
Child's Play. I
yeah.
actually saw that movie again with a group of friends, and we're all chatting
In
while it's
theaters?
on. No, in
I hope
movie.
you don't
If you're,
Shout
yeah,
at the
if you're
theater.
chatting in theaters,
You
get
don't
out.
own the theater.
I still have a friend. I had a friend that was
That's
really,
new.
who is still really into these kind of movies. And
Travis?
yeah, someone like Travis, only my age.
Someone
and
like
he would like
Travis.
have people over, like the guys on a Friday night, and he'd throw one of these movies on, and we'd be having drinks and chat and laugh and talk while the movie's
So
on.
you were serving
So
the drinks
you're
while his friends
seeing
came over.
A lot of the movies that way. It's more like, oh, here, hang on, watch this part, and then, oh yeah. So what happened was, I mean, it's very commenting,
Laid back,
watching,
yeah.
and really reduces the
Oh, you can't.
dramatic
Yeah, you
and
can't.
scary effect of everything
You
that you're
can't be
looking
chatting during
at.
this.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
Well, I
funny.
mean, it has its own fun.
And we'll hear what Dan says next week.
Wow, that sounds like a
Okay.
cutoff to me.
So rude.
I know.
Hey, please like us. Please share us. Comment. What else, Frank?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Share it with your friends. If you're enjoying this, be like, you know what? We got the podcast for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Sam, what, is that a bug you're?
No, it's the foil with my
Oh, she's
my-
flipping foil with her nails.
my Coke.
Let's see if she's still doing it next week.
Her coat pinky.
What?
I said, let's see if she's still doing it next
I
week.
feel like we're running out of energy.
I'm
This has been a
Dan.
wonderful, wonderful
I'm
episode.
Travis.
Thank you for all of you listening, all you folks out there. We'll see you next week on Stranger to the Alps, a slasher podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Travis Rises.
I'm Frank.
I'm Sam.
Bye.
I'm so confused. We are out.
I also put the Golden Girls and Golden Palace.
The
I
one
don't
season spin-off?
I don't
Yeah.
like Golden Girls.
Well, you know what? Seinfeld is stupid.
Hey, I like both.
Frank.